Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ramadan Special Course Day 8. Today, we are going to continue with Surat Al-Falaq, Ayah number 4. But before we start, let me say that we just opened our website. You can check it in the description below. And also, don't forget to solve the quiz for each ayah to be able to get the prize. So let's go to our ayah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Again.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Last time.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
In this ayah we can notice that we have a noon that has no thing at the top, no fatha, no dhamma, no kasra comes after it, a sheen. So it will be an ikhfa rule. Ikhfa means, as we said, to hide the sound of the noon with saying the ghunna. وَمِن شَرِّ. Then we have a hamzat wasl that we are not going to read it at the middle of the sentence. And lam shamsiyya, a lam that has no thing at the top, comes after it, a shadda. We are not going to read it also. So we are going to go from the ra to the noon. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ. We have the same thing, but in here it's just the hamzat al-wasl that we are going to skip it. The lam is lam qamariya because it has a sukoon, and the next letter has just the vowel without a shadda. So we are going to read the lam, but not the hamzat al-wasl. Fil uqad. As you can notice here, when I said fil uqad without saying the yamad. While if I stopped, I'm going to say fi as a yamad sound. But why? When we connect it, we skip the yamad. We have a rule that when we have a letter of mad, alif, waw, or a ya, they are mad, which means that they have no thing at the top. For alif, it has a fatha before it. For waw, it has a dhamma before it. For a ya, it has a kasra before it. Like here we have a ya, comes after it a hamzat al-wasl. So we are going to skip both of them. In here we have lam qamariya, so we are going to read it. But if we have lam shamsiya, so we are going to skip the lam shamsiya also. So we are going to go from the fa to the lam. Fil uqad, not fil uqad. No. And when we stop in here, we are going to stop with a sukoon. So it will be a qalqala sound. Uqad. So the ayah will be وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. What about the meaning of this ayah? We have وَمِن شَرِّ, as we said, شَرّ, it's evil. قُلْ أَعُوذُ. We asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us. In the whole ayahs of Surat Al-Falaq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says something that we want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from. In here we have from the evil of النفاثات, which means the blowers, and nafth, which means to blow the air outside. And then we have al-uqad, which means the knots. Al-uqda, so it's something like that, the knots. So the literal meaning of the ayah is we asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from the evil that comes from the blowers and the knots. Why we asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from something like that? النفاثات في العقد, it's something that the magician do it. Not the magician put their hands in the hat and get a rabbit, for example, or something like that. In here, the magician that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to ask protection from is the magician that asking help from the jinn to make bad things or to make shar to any other person. In Islam, we believe in the magic, that there is a bad magicians. They can do bad things to other people, but not our life depends on something like that. When I face something bad, it doesn't mean that I face it because of someone who spell magical things on me or asking help from the jinn to harm me. As we believe in magic, also we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that when we say Surat Al-Falaq and Surat An-Nas continuously. The Prophet ﷺ asks us to say both of the two surahs every day, 3 times in the morning, 3 times at the night, in Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa, the morning Adhkar and the night Adhkar, and also asks us to say it after each salah, after each prayer. So after Al-Fajr, we want to say it after Al-Dhuhr, after Al-Asr, and so on. Why? As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to believe that there is some of the magician can ask help from the jinn to harm other people, but also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want us to believe in every bad things that happens in the life, it comes from them. As we believe in magic, we also believe in Al-Qadr. So how can we apply this ayah in our lives? As we said, if we ask protection from something, we don't want to do it for other people. So we cannot from the ones who do magic things or asking help from the jinn to harm other people. Second thing is to make sure to say Surat Al-Falaq every day to be protected. Third thing, if we know someone who do it by himself or herself or ask other ones, we want to let them know or inform them that this is not something allowed in Islam and they want to stop. Let me know a new thing that you learned from this ayah at the comments. See you inshallah in the next ayah, which will be the last ayah in Surah Al-Falaq. And also we are going to answer the question that we asked at the beginning of Surah Al-Falaq, which is, what is the connection between Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas? Why they comes after each other? See you inshallah next time. Assalamu alaikum.